We all know the importance of reading the Bible. When I first came back to my faith, I wanted to make sure I read the Bible through thoroughly, at least once. I wanted to read it from Genesis all the way through to Revelation. But being a new beginner and being new to my faith, I am finding it a little bit hard and I am struggling a little bit, but I am getting through it. I am in the book of Ezra right now. And so I'm probably about a quarter of the way through. My brain doesn't like me jumping back and forth between the book. I've got to start it at the very beginning and read it all the way through to the very end. For some reason, I cannot jump back and forth. I don't know why. Maybe if I've read it all the way through once, then that might be a little bit easier. The problem with that is that when you're a new beginner and you're reading the Bible for the first time, there's a lot of big words in the Bible. It is basically setting up the foundation of God's goodness and his will. It's showing you his character and the things that he did and why he did the things that he did. It's showing you God's lineage, the family tree of Jesus. And there's a lot of information to digest. There's beautiful stories of God's work at hand. There's beautiful stories of why God did the things he did. There's stories of strength, love, guidance, God always being there for his people and always being the strong hand that he is. But if you had any advice for a very, very new beginner, someone who has never read the Bible before, what advice would you give them? There's so much information out on the web of how you should read the Bible, chronological order. You should start in the Gospels. You should start with the prophets. There's so much information that is very overwhelming, and for a new beginner, someone who really wants to read the Bible, they just don't know where to start. Where would you, if you were reading the Bible for the very first time again, where would you start? How would you read the Bible? Would you start with Matthew, then go to, say, Luke? Or would you read from Genesis all the way through? How would you read the Bible if you were reading the Bible for the very, very first time? I would absolutely love to know. That way, when my kids are starting to read the Bible, I'll be able to help them, guide them. Because as I said, I'm only at Ezra right now, so I'm nowhere even near finishing reading the Bible. But I am enjoying it. It's showing God's character, it's showing his love for his people, and it's just showing so many beautiful and amazing stories of God's love, goodness, and faith. So comment below, how would you read the Bible if you're reading it for the very first time? I would love to read your comments and would love your help and your guidance. I hope you all have a beautiful and amazing day. God bless.